Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, this is our first meeting for 2023. And Azam is joining soon, right? Yeah, we just. Yeah, Azam Bhai has joined. So we can start with Kirat. Raja Bhai, can you please have? Okay. Could not hear the Kirat. I don't know. Azam Bhai, could you hear the Kirat?
No, it's not clear.
Maybe connectivity issue. Request Azam Bhai if you could do a short Kirat and start with our program. This is our first meeting of 2023, inshallah. Not the academic year, but the year.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون صدق الله العظيم. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Respected participants, I welcome you back to this SEP coordinators meeting. This is meeting number 60 academic year, right? And in total, we have almost completed 89 meetings. And if you see the progress, we are I don't say we are far behind, but still we have not achieved a remarkable achievement, right? So this time, like in the previous meetings, we have given you certain assignments like appointment of accreditation coordinator. There must be a letter for that. Then we asked you to conduct a SWOT analysis to understand the internal as well as the external factors which are affecting the quality of your institution. Then once you have the list of those factors, you can prioritize them and try to address each point, whether it is strength or weakness, to address to enhance quality. And there must be regular review of this, and you need to conduct this SWOT analysis at least twice a year. Then also to understand the expectations of the stakeholders, right? To understand this, so first we had tried to know who are our stakeholders, and each stakeholder has certain expectations from the organization. The prime stakeholders of an institution are students and the parents. Then we also wanted you to appoint a school management committee. Then we need to define its roles and responsibilities. Then, if you know the various factors which are affecting your internal and external, externally about the quality of your organization, and also once you know the expectations of the stakeholders, you can use all those points, you can address them. Also, you can measure the results using action research, right? That can be used as an effective tool to address the identified issues, right? So if you go through the points mentioned in the Quality Council of India NABET document, all these points are there as checklist. They come at different levels, standard 1, standard 2, there are 15 standards. At different points of time, these things come. And if you start working on this, accreditation by NABET team itself will not be a problem for your school, right? So now here we have the complete program for this month. And the coordinators meeting is on. Next, we'll have the coordinators and the principals. Then we'll have again coordinators. And 25th, we'll have coordinators as well as principal as well as management meeting. Now, we have given this many assignments. How many of the schools and those who are participating have this? Kindly, I request you to raise your hands. I know most of the schools you were engaged in the examination, and especially the Karnataka schools were busy with some sort of the government examination at level 5, 8. So you all are busy, I understand. At the same time, it has to be given a try. Now, so far, we were busy. Now, in the month of January, we'll have functions everywhere, most of the schools, right? So take time to do all these activities. May I know, I request all of you to raise your hands at least. Okay, the school has tried, mashallah. Then other schools. Okay, now if you have, mashallah, Sabrina Jum, madam from school, they're also from Huda group of schools. And Imam Shafi is also taken up. Then Sana, as it is, they are through and they have gone to the level that they have, they have gone to NABET accreditation itself. So they are the better people to guide us. But in spite of that, what we suggest, if somebody needs a helping hand, okay, so we are here to help you out. Like, for example, any school can, if you see the meta-analysis done by an Australian educationist, he says that peer learning is more beneficial than tutor-based learning. Peer learning is more beneficial, right? So what we can do is each school can adopt one particular school, those who are really serious enough to start this accreditation process. So we are open to take one school as peer school, and anybody can be our partner. And similarly, Huda schools can adopt one school. So by the end of this program, through chat, you can discuss and see that you people adopt one school and get in collaboration with one school. So this will mutually help you. The only thing, like regular schooling, whatever it happens, like you start with the curriculum. Once the curriculum is complete, then you write an examination and see that the results are given to the students and you promote them. That is not our aim. We need to go beyond that. We need to go beyond that. That's the reason we have started this. And honestly speaking, in our school, syllabus completion, we give full liberty to our teachers. We say that about this syllabus completion, you'll have to do all these activities. And activities also happen, and syllabus also gets completed. And results also keep coming. It means you need not to be afraid that if you do all these activities, or if you have a person, dedicated for this purpose, and if he is given 3 to 4 periods or 2 to 3 periods in a day exclusively for this work to coordinate SEP activities throughout the school, right? So that's the reason a person is to be appointed as accreditation coordinator, who will collaborate with all the departments of the school and see that this SCP concept permeates into each department. Okay, so that is worth spending. So I request all the schools to have one person who will focus on this, and that needs a support of the principal as well as the management. That is the reason we call the principals on alternative weeks, and also the management the last week. But unfortunately, none of the school, I can't say none, most of the schools, they don't take it seriously. Hardly the coordinators attend, and your voices will not be heard. We want the principals, those who are decision makers, or the management, those who are directing the incomplete institution, guiding it. They have to understand the importance of this accreditation. Then only it's possible, right? So in chat box, I wish if some school needs, a collaborative effort or help, they can interact with the other schools and see that you start working like this, right? Otherwise, you can discuss with the principal and start working. These are mandatory things, right? Mandatory. And when we started the TSDP program, and none of you were convinced, like, what is this new program? How this is going to help my teachers? So it is teachers skill development program. So TSDP, those who have gone through the process, at least 10 weeks of TSDP sessions, will definitely say that it's a wonderful program to groom the teachers with respect to communication, time management, additional learning, right? Increasing their knowledge base. All these things happen, right? So once again, I'd like to remind you all, see, let's not do anything for the sake of doing. Okay, for the sake of doing, we cannot do our salah, we cannot, perform our any activity to that effect. We are running the institution for the sake of running. No, it cannot be. There is a purpose behind it, right? So similarly, SEP is supposed to be the top, best performing people are there, and best performing schools are only the part of this initiative. So you need to be very active and take this to your heart, take this seriously. Okay. So what we have given as an annual assignment is TSDP at least 2 per month. So in this complete academic year, you should have completed 10 sessions of TSDP, right? Then if somebody wants to know what is TSDP, feel free to chat with us and try to talk to our coordinators. Now we have different groups for different assignments. For TSDP alone, there is a group. You can interact there and you can take the format, you can understand what is happening. And there is a YouTube video also about the TSDP, which is done by Asana School. So all these things will definitely help you, right? Similarly, newsletter. So at least 4 newsletters you must have published. That's the reason we were telling before half-yearly examination, you should have completed 2 newsletters and another 2 after this half-yearly examination. So it would have been easy for you, right? Now coming to QMS training sessions, which are happening now instead of monthly ones, every week we try to add value to this. So we are in the process, right? Then action research, we have Dr. Amina with us, and she is the person who guides our schools with respect to action research. So you can contact. There is a group for action research itself, right? Do we have someone to talk about action research today, about their project, Dr. Amina? Dr. Amina, are you there? If somebody, some school would like to share their action research experience. All right. Now coming to best practices, whatever you practice in your school, and then that you can very well share so that the other schools, they need not to reinvent the wheel. They can develop further from that particular point. Okay, you can say this year we took up a new initiative, and for the past 2-3 years we are doing this. One is inter-school science competition, not the quiz program. Inter-school quiz program we conduct. We call all the schools in the neighborhood, and at the level of 6th standard, we conduct this inter-school quiz competition. Here, the benefit is the children, they get to know about other schools, right? They get new friends, then they prepare. They also become, they are the person who do that complete quiz program, right? They are quiz masters. Then we also learn things in that, right? The focused preparation is done. So this is done at the 6th standard level. Why we do at 6th standard level? Once you identify these talents at an early age, right? So these children could be nurtured. Now, for example, somebody wants to do research or wants to join IIT or NICER, ICER. All such preparations cannot be done when the child has already reached 10th standard. You will have to identify talents right at the beginning, right? From 6th standard. Then start nurturing, pay special attention to those children, talk to their parents and keep working on them. Definitely that's going to help them, right? This is one. Next, one more initiative what we have is inter-school sub-junior football tournament, right? In our area, football is a predominant game which everybody likes. Okay, so we have inter-school sub-juniors football tournament. So around 8 to 9 schools they participate. Due to rains, we could not conduct that during Children's Day. So inshallah, that is postponed. Mostly in this month we'll be conducting. So this is also one effort to identify the early talents, right? So apart from that, we also had, this is our Golden Jubilee celebration this particular year, around 2023. 1973, the school was started. This is our Golden Jubilee year. So we have lined up a number of programs for the whole year, right? One particular program was the marathon and walkathon. Around 8 kilometers marathon was conducted and walkathon for 5 kilometers. So why I'm sharing as a best practice, we have to show our presence in the society and see that our children's talent are getting nurtured, right? So even I can show you a few videos which were taken by different news agencies. Just give me time. Network issue. It's taking time. Okay, we'll see later. It is working. Then, so that was one particular. I share this. All such programs can be planned, and that's how. See that that's what you share the best practices, right? So that everyone can emulate and start developing our schools and see that our presence is felt. And now, next point is the character building. So at least you must have implemented 4 themes. Mostly by today, we'll be sharing the next theme to you, inshallah. Then reflection sessions, for example, something you take up and alhamdulillah, you're benefited, and those sessions, or if there is some difficulty, you can share success and struggle stories you can share here, right? Then youth empowerment program, at least 2 you could complete, right, in this year. So somehow all these things are aligned to our NABET accreditation program. And second thing, it is aligned with 360-degree development of our students. So the 21st century skills, they get imbibed by conducting all these assignments. So whether you get accredited or not, but your school will definitely develop, right? So that's the program, what we have. Then we'll go to the school management committee, right? In our school, what we do is every state government or education department has a document for Parent Teachers Association, PTA Association, right? Parent Teacher Association, PTA. If you go through that document, you will get a well-structured program with which you can form a wonderful PTA. That is how many of the parents can be members in that, how many teachers, then who will be heading, who will be having this, who will be the treasurer, what will be the tenure of this, and what are the school development plans you have, and how these funds will be collected, how these funds will be spent, right? Which are the areas where you can spend this. So complete guideline is given in that PTA. Every state must be having that. In Tamil Nadu, we have PTA guideline. So if you wish, I can share that. That is one aspect. Now, all our schools, especially in Tamil Nadu, we are categorized as in the minority, like linguistic minority, religious minority. Religious minority and linguistic minority. Any minority institution is not governed by the RTE rules, right to education rules, right? Right to education guidelines. Like 25% of the seats are to be filled by economically downtrodden children, and they are to be taught free of cost, and their fees will be reimbursed by the government. So, 25% of the students will study, and their fees will be reimbursed by the government, and these seats are to be filled with a particular procedure, right? So this is completely given in the school management committee, right, SMC. So here, the number of teachers, the number of parents, then even the local body member, then the principal, all these people form, SMC, and they need to have, a proper roles and responsibilities well defined in that. Then STP, that is School Development Plan, is to be developed by them, and that needs to be properly monitored and implemented, and it goes on like that. And there must be an election for this, and every 2 years the members can change. All these things can be defined. So this is what is called a school management committee. I'll just show you one particular that is, now this particular guideline is for the is from the Delhi government, right? And most of these guidelines are for the government schools and the government aided schools. And if you go to this NABET accreditation, they will not go and they will not come up with a new guideline. See, in the accreditation manual itself, you will mention this is our school management committee, and it will consist of so many members, and the members will be so many parents, so many teachers, and so many public servants or volunteers, educationists. Then you can have some local body member also. So all these things you have to define. There's no hard and fast rule that you will have to follow only this government guidelines. Government guidelines are a guideline for us, right? So these are applicable to the schools which are government aided or the government schools. And any school which falls away from this purview, we are not aided, we are unaided school. Most of us are unaided schools. This is not binding on us, but still a school management committee is mandatory, and that will help us in getting our school development plan, and school development plan will help us in developing our complete education system. So accordingly, you have to have members like this. Now, for example, here, the members, what they mentioned here is principal and head of the school will be the ex officio chairman of SMC, right? Then parent guardians of the children, 12, right? Elected representative of the local authority, 1. Teachers of the school, 1. Social worker involved in the field of education, 1. All put together, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 members, right? 16 members. Now we have the selection procedure, then the meeting schedules, then quorum of meeting, then functions of the school meeting accounts. This I will share you, this I downloaded from the net, and every state has its own guidelines for school management. Even for Tamil Nadu, we have a separate management committee. But almost if you go through that, the content will be more or less same, more or less. A little bit here and there. Otherwise, it remains same, right? So I request you all to make a school management committee, wherein you can include people of who will add value to this, right? Add value to this. So head of the institution, then number of teachers, number of parents, then social workers, PTA president, then local body member, all comprises. Then you'll have to define. See, this is the numbers, and these are the portfolios, and these are the roles and responsibilities. This is the meeting schedule, and this is in the meeting schedule. These are the things will be spoken about, and the minutes will be recorded. And then there will be a school development plan, and that will be implemented, and funds for that, how it will be generated, what will be the vetting procedure, then how these plans will be reviewed, whether it is giving results or not, how will be reviewed, and what will be the frequency of these elections and how these elections will be conducted. And this is how you form a school management committee. Is it clear? Right. So what I request, Now, whatever assignments we had here, right? We had assignments here, right? So we are adding one more point here, that is appoint a school management committee. Okay. Now its roles and responsibilities are to be defined. So this is the next task which all the schools will do. Is it clear, or do you need some more explanation on this? I'm going to share the document in the group. Okay. Once again, I would like to tell you. See, we need to collaborate. No doubt, we have throughout the year, we all are busy, right? One after another, we have commitments. And quarterly comes, then midterm, then half-yearly examination, then the different functions like annual day programs, sports day. Then we have this board exams, then our own annual exams, results, then admissions. So we will not be free for the whole year. If you think that I'll be finishing, I'll be free from this area, then I will start this function. I'm sure you're not going to start this program at all. So we are giving you guidelines. So allocate a person, like appoint a person as an accreditation coordinator, relieve him from all these responsibilities, at least 3 to 4 periods you give them only this task. Let them focus on that and see that all the things are in place, right? So SWOT analysis, you need not to think that the entire school has to sit and discuss about the SWOT. No, you select whoever is available, around 50% of the strength joins. So for this, what we do in our school, every Thursday we have the last 1 hour, that is for our meetings, right? Staff meeting. So we use this opportunity to get all these discussions done. Our TSDP also is done in that, and our this discussions, SEP discussions, and any technical subject, any decisions to be announced. All such things we do it on every Thursday. So that way you can plan a day and you can start doing all these things. First point, we will appoint an accreditation coordinator. That should be, and there must be an appointment letter for it. Then we must have done a SWOT analysis to assess the internal and external factors that are affecting the quality of an institution, right? Then this list is to be prepared, prioritized, which are to be addressed at first, and try to address those things, right? Then this list is to be reviewed at regular intervals, every month or every 15 days. Then understand the expectations of the stakeholders, the prime stakeholders or your parents and the students, and try to understand their expectation, try to understand the expectations of our teachers. All such things that's required, to improve your school qualitatively. Then we also discuss about the appointment of school management committee, right? Its roles and responsibilities. To address all these issues, you can use the action research platform to measure how effective your interventions are, right? So this is what I had in mind to discuss today. Do you have any points, any questions? I'm ready here. Otherwise, over to Samir Bhai, or Alia ma'am. Do we have somebody to share their experiences or action research projects? It's open.
Sir, no one so far.
Right.
But if you permit me, shall I share the assignment scoring and everything, sir? So far?
Right. And like we have this youth empowerment program, regularly only 3-4 schools are doing. I wish you name the schools for the coming coming slots. Like for example, few slots are already booked. So you can make use of the presence of all these people and assign them. You have to prepare your students. Let them also listen 3-4 sessions in between. Like for example, now our school will be speaking, and the school students will be speaking. Let them just see. It's not a big task. It is only a matter of keeping the first step. So now itself we'll finalize for the month of February, because January slots are already booked, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can start and take the names of schools for the month of February. If there is a slot in January left, that also can be filled.
Sure, sir. Sure. Yeah. Someone has asked to share the assignments, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know who's this. Uttar
I'll-
Pradesh.
We will share that. Okay, no problem. You can continue, madam.
Okay, sir, sure. Give me a minute, sir. Sir, I think you have to stop sharing screen, sir.
I've already done it, madam. I'm not.
Okay, sir. Okay. Hope the screen is visible, sir.
No.
Okay, so these are the assignments by the schools from 9th November we have recorded. From till October, it was a Google form, sir, which was already shared.
Your screen is not visible, madam.
It's not visible. Give me a minute, sir. Now, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, Jazakallah. So from 9th November, these are the assignments shared. It's Kalanjiam School, Miss Yasmin, Huda DJ Halli, Miss Tausifa, Imam Shafi Meena ma'am, Al-Noor Shahina ma'am, Divine School, Rizwan sir, Huda Rashad Nagar Arbin, Huda Umar Nagar Tasneem, Huda Broadway Khushnoor. And for action research, it was Sana Poonam Ali branch, Sultana Arifa ma'am. And December, there were nobody, sir. So this is how we are assessing. Coming to student session. So these are the scores given by the judges out of 5. So the schools were Huda Grupanpalya, Sana School, Imam Shafi School, Huda Broadway, Divine School, Nauni Hall School, Dharwad, then Huda Rahmat Nagar, Huda Rashad Nagar, Huda Umar Nagar, Huda KB Sandra, Imam Shafi Rahmatullah, Pristine Public School, Nauni Hall School, then again Huda Public School, Huda DJ Halli. For upcoming, sir. This is for this Saturday. It is Huda DJ Halli and Huda Kal Baisindra from Bangalore. If anyone is available for 14 January, it's fine. Otherwise, Millate Ibrahim is already there. I have requested the team. And Alhamdulillah, they have given the topic yesterday for goal settings. So 21st January is Kalanjiam School again, and 28th January is Imam Shafi. So this is the scoreboard of those. Sir.
All right.
Now, I request the sisters here, because the MFERD is an open platform. I request everyone here to please come forward for the student sessions to be the judge, because usually it is always the same repeated judges. We want the judges from like all over India. So you all are welcome there. If anybody, you can just raise your hands. And the ladies session also, you can see this. It is recorded from the month of June, this academic year, 25th June, because before 25th June, we had Bakrid holidays, and that is the reason we have done this. So this is how the record is here. That is what I have to say, sir, for assignments and student session.
All right.
Shall I stop, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, madam. For this, the month of February, we have few slots. I want that that Central School Saidapet can come forward. They can conduct a program, and other schools. They are supposed to log in with the school's name. See, if you see that the names are here, and most of you have logged in with your. You're supposed to log in with your code numbers. Even names can be mentioned, right? Fine. So I'm going to share the assignments. One is your with respect to school governance assignments, right? School governance assignments. Also the assignments of SEP. To both the sheets I'll share and request you all to comply with that. And second thing, that SEC document which I have downloaded of Delhi government, that also I'll share. That will be a guideline for you. So you have to make sure that you are forming your own guidelines for forming the school management committee. Make the school nice time, because it is January. The coming year, you've got another 6 months time to develop your school development program, right? So that will be beneficial too, inshallah. Any other point, Dr. Amina, you have something to add here? What is this UP school? Who's this? Which school is this? Ms. Farha, can you just type your school's name and what are your progresses in this? How did you benefit out of this program? Kindly unmute Ms. Farha, or she can chat. Choice is hers. Shalika Banu, I'm sure she is from Central School. Also, take up. Then Anur, you kindly submit your assignments. Then Dr. Saida Amina, you can share your experiences with respect to action research, what they have done, our SEP team. If you can speak about that, please. For another 5 minutes, we can do it.
Assalamu alaikum.
So,
As far as action research is concerned, we know that it is very productive, and alhamdulillah, some of the schools of SEP are actively involving in that, and due to their own commitments, maybe they are not in contact with me, and because we are also engaged with some of the other activities, we are also unable to talk to them on a regular basis. But since last year, I think we have completed 5 action research projects. Last month, one of SEP school member, Sultana Harifa ma'am, has presented. And from Huda school, Tasneem ma'am and team, along with Alia ma'am and team, they have completed an action research project. And Imam Shafi'i school is on their way to end up the project. And Divine School has started 2 projects on action research. One is started by Rizwan sir, and another is started by one of the science teacher. I think Yasmin ma'am from Divine School has also taken this initiative, and she is doing action research on how to simplify the science physics concepts for her students. So these both projects, they are working on that. And in Divine School, Rizwan sir has taken the initiative how to inculcate memorize how to minimize the exam stress, and innovative memorizing strategies, how the students can remember the concept better and reproduce it in the exams. This is the concept behind Rizwan sir's project. And as far as one more Huda school branch is there, Khushnur ma'am has taken this initiative, and along with her team, they are working on behavioral issues of the boys specifically, coming up to higher classes, how the behavioral changes we observe in boys and how we can like overcome the challenges. And in Imam Shafi school, Zinat ma'am and her team, they are working on like if I'm not how to like why the progress of the students decreases after they attend, like they come to secondary sections. This was the topic. And specifically, we have started this project with taking up all the 3-4 classes together, 8, 9, up to 6 to 8. Now it has been like specifically we are doing it for class 8. So inshallah, we are like hoping it will end up within a month or two, based on the data collection and based on the experiences, interventions taken by the teachers. And one more school, that is, I don't know whether they are like, no, it is in that school name is Naunihal, but I don't know whether they are a branch of SEP or not, or they are joining the SEP or not. But they have started a project that what they are doing is they have identified some of the students, those who are above average students, and now they want to meet up the challenges the above average students or the blessed students, what we say. How if they are like they are a part of 8th class, but they have the ability to understand the concept of 10th standard, right? So they will not enjoy the classroom atmosphere what the teacher is teaching for the all their friends. So they have intervened with them, and they have planned a separate curriculum and activities for them. And they have like they are on their way. I think 2/3 of their way they have completed. So pre-data is collected, syllabus is designed. They are taking the sessions. They have recorded some of the like videos of their students. So inshallah, within 2-3 months, they will also complete with this project. So inshallah, if that will be completed, definitely they will present this in SEP, our SEP program. And I will confirm with the authority whether they are a part of SEP or not. And I will, if they are not, actually first I thought that Naunihal school is the same that we are having in our SEP. But later on, I came to know that for Naunihal also we have many branches. So I'm not sure which branch do they belong and whether they are part of SEP or not. So for other schools who are part of SEP, once you will start up this SEP, join SEP, and like it's a matter of choice. Like it's a journey of excellence, as Azam sir says always. We need to upgrade ourselves day by day. That is the identification of a Muslim ummah. If I want to quote one hadith here, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to say कि मैं उसको उर्दू में बताना बेहतर समझूंगी कि मोमिन के लिए अगर जिस दिन सूरज उसके लिए तुलू हो और उसने उस दिन कुछ ना सीखा हो और अपने आप को अपग्रेड ना किया हो, तो वो दिन उसकी जिंदगी का सबसे आखिर दिन होगा, उसको क़यामत में उसका बहुत अफसोस होगा। और कमा कौल अलैहिस्सलाम, या फिर जैसे अल्लाह के रसूल ने कहा हो. So every day we need to like do or take a baby step towards anything that can upgrade ourselves and to upgrade the things to which we are associated with. So I request you all, because I know you all have the great potential. Allah has created us very in a very unique matter, and being in a teaching profession itself justifies that we are blessed one. अल्लाह ने हमको चुना है इस पेशे के लिए और हमको इससे जोड़ा है. तो I request you all to please keep yourself charged and motivated and you can energize yourself by taking these projects, and definitely you will enjoy, and you will feel how you will become the powerhouse actually if you do these action research projects. Jazakallah sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, yeah. Jazakallah khairan. Again, once more, if somebody wants to become, peers or collaborate with some other schools, you can come forward so that we can connect you with right schools. Al-Noor School, do you need any help? You can message us through chat. All your assignments and the SMC document has been already posted in SEP group. And Al-Noor School, do you require any help? Right, to that effect, any other school, those who want to collaborate, they can take up their partners and see that we grow together, right? Recently, I got a very nice resource which I shared to our maths teachers yesterday. I would like to show you. This a wonderful resource, and it is available for all the subjects. It is done by IIT, Gandhinagar, and other ICER, NICER, also reputed institutions. I'd like to show you that, inshallah. I'm just going to show you part of it. Generally, how to make mathematics very interesting.
Something that you would. Suddenly, that curriculum becomes more. Put your right hand, this is my right, on top of left. Of course, when you're watching, your image will be the other way. So please don't follow my image, but do, what in physics you say, this lateral inversion. And then turn and clasp both your hands, all right, like this. Now move your small fingers or the little fingers, move your thumb, and again, the small fingers, and when you are ready, bring your hand back. And I can see if you were trying along with this, you were having a little problem. You were, maybe when you were trying like this, you just could not bring it back up. And so something was not right. Okay, so let's do this again. We will bring both our hands right in front of us. We will put right on top of left. We will turn and clasp it and then move our fingers whichever way we want.
Now, see, generally, mathematics, sometimes we...
6 and so on and so forth. Initially, you go very fast because these are small numbers, and then, your speed starts on. And there is this one child sitting at the back who's not doing anything. And the teacher is little annoyed. He says, why aren't you adding? Just like the other children, and the child says, look, I'm trying to look patterns in all of these numbers. And then he says, after 2 seconds, 5,050. And the teacher is absolutely shocked. And the child says, I will count 1 and 100, that is 101, 2 and 99, 101, 3 and 98, 101, 4 and 97, 101, and so on and so forth. All 101s, 50 pairs, because there are 100 numbers, so 50 pairs. 101 times 50 is 100 times 50 plus 1 times 50, which is 5,050. And the teacher says, oh, you get out of my class. I don't know if this is true or not, but because I cannot give any. And this child later on became cross. I mean, child was cross always, but he became cross, and he did lots of very interesting things. Gaussian distribution, Gauss's two-layer theorem, which is absolutely beautiful. If you have some time, please go in. How to find, an area of any regular, irregular, polygon by this. So, focus of today's session is to not cover any specific topics, but to excite you about math. Share those examples with you and convince you that math can be absolutely engaging and inspiring. Let's look at this very interesting activity. I thought this is something that made me just wonder about what is going on. So I have this simple piece of square where I'm going to draw an arrow pointing up. And I'm going to hold it with this hand and then flip. And then I'm going to draw another arrow pointing up. And then I'm going to hold it with this hand and flip. So you will see both the arrows are pointing up. What I will do now is just change the hand. Instead of holding like this, I'm holding in the other hand. And now something beautiful happens. The arrow automatically turns downwards. If I hold it with this hand, it is turning up. If I hold it with this hand, it is turning downwards. And now something more magical happens. If I hold it now again with the same hand, now it's actually both ways downwards. So there are three situations: up and down and down, up and up, just by holding with different hands in different situations. So as you saw, this paper, which had this arrow, was sometimes pointing up and sometimes pointing down, even though I just changed my hands. And that makes one what exactly was going on. I can put it like this, put it like this with my right hand or left hand. How did holding of my hands make the arrow turn the other way? Up versus down. And this is very engaging. This is very interesting. And this is exactly what we try to find out in our lab. This interesting math behind simple things that can be interesting and as well as very engaging. Let me elaborate on it a little bit more. Let me ask you this very simple question, and you can write in your chat box. How many of you are there who have eaten khichdi? Let me tell you what khichdi is: boiled rice, boiled. So assume, okay, since we are all math, what we are trying to do is we will these interesting activities. The stories which inspire, Mayam story, Kaushik's story, and story of Manjul Bhargav and Pandit Premchandra. And if we get time, we will talk about all of those, how people who did beautiful maths in something completely unrelated, arts, music, math. So why should one do math? Right? It's an interesting question, right? And one can say, well, while you see everything around you, you see internet, you see computers, you see anything that is around to do with technology, there is math behind it. It is all behind it. So math will give you, we can say a very utilitarian view of that math is good because, if you're good at math, you get a good job and you can run your life. But there is something even more interesting and important. It is the joy that math brings to us. So let me ask you this. If you have heard about this term called quadratic equations, which if you have not, you will read in class 9, and maybe our teachers have all read about this. How?
So I'm going to share this link to you, and there are not one, there's so many videos. Actually, what we can do is we need to have, generally we used to have a class like inspirational class in the morning. Sometimes due to shortage of school buses, we make the first trip a bit early. The children come to school around half an hour early and they simply waste their time. So we thought, why not to use this time, in a productive manner. So we thought this, we call all the students to the audiovisual hall. Then we started playing videos. And now, irrespective of their class, sometimes a 4th standard child might be there, 8th standard child. So with children with different intellectual capacities are sitting there, and we are playing a common video, and they try to understand. Sometimes they teach each other. Sometimes they try to learn so many things beyond their curriculum, right? So these videos, which I'm going to share, will be definitely an added value to those such programs. So I'll share this and try to see and select the best ones, and you can start inspirational classes whenever time permits. Jazakumullah khair. Shall we wind up? Yeah. Thank you very much. Subhanallah, bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati